Hey everybody, this is my personal review of my Philips Respironics Cpap machine. Before I get to that, I just want to make sure that you understand that I snored. I went and got a sleep study done. It was covered by health insurance. They diagnosed me with moderate sleep apnea. They set up everything I needed for the Cpap machine ahead of time. The sleep specialist did, or the doctor, one of the two. And they sent those settings over to the Cpap supply. When I went there, they know how to run all their equipment, and they automatically put the settings in for me. I've got some notes here so I don't get off track. When I got to the Cpap supply, they already knew how to put the settings in the machine and everything, so they showed me how to run the machine and everything, and they just had me try on different masks to find out which one was more comfortable to me. I'll get to the mask towards the end of the video. I just wanted you to know what led me up to getting the Cpap machine. And I did choose a Philips Respironics when I was there. That was the main machine that they used, so that's what led me to getting this one. With that being said, I can't show you the true unboxing, but when we did bring it home, all these hoses and everything were disconnected. Everything was pretty much apart. Well, everything was together except for this tank. The Cpap supply, if you go to the Cpap supply, they'll help you set everything up. So it was pretty much like this. When you first get it home, you have to wash the mask, the hose, and this tank reservoir, because mine actually has a built-in humidifier, which comes in especially handy since we live in Wyoming. The climate's really dry here. So when we did get it home, we washed this stuff I told you with antibacterial dish soap, let those dry. Then after that's done, all you have to do is fill the reservoir up to this fill line with, I use distilled water. I don't think you're supposed to use mineral water. I just keep it here underneath the table where I have it, right beside my bed. I just wanted to film it right beside where I use it to show you how easy it is. So after all the cleaning's done, I can pretty much walk you through what I do every night. I usually come in here at some point in the evening and fill the reservoir up ahead of time and get my work clothes out and get those ready, because I don't want to wake our baby up because she sleeps in the same room with us still. And so I fill the reservoir up, and we did have to connect all this stuff. It's really easy. You don't have to worry about any of this. Everything just pops into place. You can see how easy that is. It's designed to just click into place. So that's all I did to hook it up, and it was already set up before I brought it home at the Cpap supply. They already have all the settings in. So all I do at night, I'll keep it off first. All I had to do when I got it home was clean it, hook all that up, put the water in. It was ready before I even went to bed. When I do lay down every night, after the water's already in there, all I have to do is hit the power button. And it's up to the person, but after you hit the power button, see, you can hear that, how loud it is. And that's the air pressure blowing. That's what Cpap stands for, is continuous positive airway pressure. It just keeps your airways open while you sleep. That keeps you from snoring, because snoring is the sound of the air trying to escape. And with that being said, it does more than get rid of your snoring. It keeps your airways open, so you're actually getting more oxygen. So I could tell a huge difference after the first night that I used my Cpap. I just felt extremely refreshed, and you can tell, as noisy as that is, when I put it up to my face, it completely goes away. Let me get back to this. 6.0 is the pressure of air that it pushes down your lungs to keep them open. That's up to the doctor to decide. After you turn it on, actually I put the face mask on first, then I turn it on, but it'd be kind of hard to talk with that on. That's common sense. So after I turn it on, there's a picture of a ramp here on this button. You just hit the ramp button. It's called that because it ramps down the pressure to 4.0, and that lasts for a half hour. It slowly builds up the pressure during that half hour and gives you a chance to fall asleep before it ramps up to the 6.0 air pressure. And that's pretty much it. After I ramp it down, I fall asleep. I've never had any trouble with it. I work pretty hard for a living, so I don't have any trouble falling asleep with it on. I'm going to switch it over to my wife here and let her explain the filter maintenance real quick.
Alright. So yes, you do actually have to take care of your filters in here, because they do get pretty dirty, which is kind of surprising. I was kind of surprised when I changed it first. It is this little blue guy right here. This blue filter, I believe you replace it once a month or like every 6 months. I'd have to double check. But this little light blue one right here, this is your ultra fine filter. And you actually replace this one every 2 weeks. And that's just something that, you know, you can go to the place where you get your CPAP machine, and I got like a whole bunch of them when I was there the last time. But it's really easy to actually put this back on here. Once you put a new filter on, it all just kind of snaps together. And you just kind of make sure that it's all nice and snug in there. Definitely, if you are switching out your filter, you can also just rinse off this dark blue one. I would just recommend like letting it air dry for a whole day, because it does take quite a while for it to dry out. Because you definitely don't want it to be damp or even wet when you put it back in the machine, because obviously that could cause mold, and we don't need any of that. But it's super simple. You just slide it right back in here, and that is it as far as the filters go.
And you can see a little memory card poking out there, which that actually tracks how many hours you sleep every night and stuff. And that can be pretty important. They just want to make sure you're using it, especially if it's covered by health insurance. The health insurance company wants to verify that you're actually using it, since they're paying for it. And another side note on that, I'm a CDL truck driver, so I actually have to take that little card and get a printout, usually from the CPAP supply, I believe, and take that to the doctor. I don't know, I think the doctor can get a printout also. Anyways, you can call and ask ahead of time, but I have to take that and get an actual printout when I go for my DOT physical for a CDL driver. But I am still actually allowed to drive, even though I have sleep apnea. And as long as I use this machine, I'm still allowed to drive. So with that being said, I'm going to hand the camera back to my wife real quick. And I am going to demonstrate my CPAP mask. As you can see, this hose is really long. It reaches like well over halfway across my bed. I don't toss and turn very much during the night. And this band, this thing probably looks really uncomfortable. But this band's extremely lightweight. It's pretty flexible. The band itself is got some elasticity. It's got a bunch of Velcro to adjust. All you do is slip it on. These latches are designed to pop in and out really easy, and you can adjust it with the Velcro straps. It's all a matter of experimentation. You see my mask popped off, but all this stuff just pops on and off really easy. It's extremely easy to use. I was a little dismayed at first. I thought it was gonna be uncomfortable. My wife said I looked like Bane from the Batman movie. But other than that, other than the filter maintenance, daily maintenance, you have to wash this hose. You can pop this off and wash this. And the reservoir that the water goes in, you want to wash that every day with just, I just use antibacterial dish soap. Let it air dry. My wife usually takes care of that while I'm at work. That way I just pop everything back into place when I get home. And that's pretty much it. It's an extremely easy machine to use. I definitely recommend getting the one with the built-in humidifier. Depending on where you live, it's pretty dry here. Like if you live somewhere by the ocean, it might be more humid there, more moisture in the air. Maybe you don't need a humidifier, whatever the case. But one thing I do want to say is I was very surprised. I was skeptical. I didn't take it serious at first. But my first night after I used the CPAP machine, I couldn't believe how refreshed I felt. And even now, it builds up over time, just the quality of sleep that I get. Being a food service delivery driver, sometimes I only get like 5 hours of sleep, even though I try hard to get my sleep in. And this thing's just completely changed my life as far as the quality of sleep. and I can just concentrate a lot better during the day. I don't feel as sluggish or sleepy, and I just feel completely better after not having one for years. And that about sums it up. Thanks.